Welcome to the VANNguard Show. I am your host, Victoria Van. This is the Truth Podcast. And today I have the privilege of having KayEye on the VANNguard Show. I wish I had some sound effects, but I'm going to do it. Yeah. All right. For you all who don't know who KayEye is, you must have been under a rock, because KayEye is the hottest blowing up celebrity. I'm gonna call you a celebrity because that's where I feel. That's what I feel, and it's my show. So you a celebrity today.
Sure,
all right,
sure.
cool.
I receive that.
So he plays Greyskull on Power Force.
Yep. Power Force, Power Book 4 Force.
4,
yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. Then you were also in Chi-Raq.
Yeah. Well, Chi-Raq, that's so long ago. I've been in Chicago PD. New movie out, Moses the Black. I've been in several things, but yeah.
And you're also an artist, MC.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So music. Man, if you play NBA 2K, you done heard my music. I've been all over that soundtrack. And I've been doing music for quite some time, man. So I'm a little bit polished in the entertainment field. I wouldn't call myself a celebrity, but I receive that.
I like the honesty.
That's just not always what I.
But
would
I
call
saw you on TV,
know?
So when I see you on TV, to me, I'm like,
Yeah, nah, for real.
I was gonna do the robot, like. So I'm super amped. I've been hyping you up, you know what I mean? Because when I met you, you were such a cool, humble guy. And so I met him at a viewing, and I was introduced to him by Keita. Shout out to Keita. Keita. And I was just talking to him about my podcast. You know, I shot my shot, like, let's see what happens. And the fact that, you know, it was a screening for Power, he's in it. And he's not just, you know, in the background, like, man, you got a whole doggone character. And was like just so dope and humble and just talking to me. And I'm like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. You were actively listening. And when I mentioned the mentoring part with my foundation, that really drew you in. And so I want to give a shout out right now before we continue to Keontae, because Keontae is a young entrepreneur, young Black male entrepreneur from the Chi that blessed KayEye with one of his new hoodies and designs. We're going to make sure we get that live. We just did a whole background B-roll where he blessed him with one of his hoodies. But really, that's where your heart is at, KayEye, is mentoring, being a positive role model, and then just, you know, representing where you're from, which is the Chi, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's kind of what I like. You were a breath of fresh air in that environment. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we do like the club thing and the party thing, but it's like I know what to expect with that. But when somebody comes through talking about substance and something that actually means something, like I gotta listen to that. I gotta buy into it as much as I can. You know what I mean? So because that's what it's really about, inspiring the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Providing something that I didn't have when I was coming up. You know?
Now let's talk about that, because I want to know who the real KayEye is. Okay. Everybody want to know that. I want to know how you got started in acting in the creative arts. I want to know more about your spiritual being, because you mentioned that you kind of ground yourself, you refocus mentally and spiritually, you know, and so that walk in this industry could be one of many tears if it's not played like the way I played that. No. You know, and so you have to have your mind right. You got to have your spirit aligned. And everything has to come in almost divine order.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk about
not almost.
There you go.
Right,
I love
on the
it.
Money. Yeah.
It has to come into divine order. So he said, not almost, y'all. So you emphasize not almost. So tell me why it is pivotal that you're in divine order in this industry. So let's first start. Let me back up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about who KayEye is. Who
Okay.
are you?
So KayEye, man, that's a very loaded question. But to start, I would like to say I'm a master of self in training. You know what I mean? Because we are growing to master ourselves through this entire life. But every day I'm striving to be the best the best version of myself. So self master, um, creatively, actor, musician, model, um, poet, writer, pure expression. You know what I mean? That's me. When it comes to art, how I got started in this game was really music and acting simultaneously. Um, when I was young, like 3, 4, 5, um, watching movies. My father was a singer. My mother, lover of music. Like my parents, later on after I was born, my father and my mother, they told me when I was in the room, they used to play me Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
What
And
was the song? Do you remember? Was it
no, just
all,
they
just
all
general?
Tupac. Like
I
that was
love
that
me
was
some
they
Tupac.
that was them. Like that's what they listened
That
to.
was it. I
Like
loved it.
that was they theme, like they soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like ironically, that became my favorite rapper. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So I'm a strong believer. Whatever you know what I'm saying, feed into the child in the womb, that's what's going to result when they come out because of
Absolutely.
me. That's my experience. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they put me. I was on to music before I even got into this world. So when I was around that age, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying, watching the Temptations and the Five Heartbeats is what triggered me to be like, okay, that's what I gotta do. Like mute, like, and you, if you seen, I know
Of
you've had to
course.
see the
Of
movies, but
course.
you seen the movie, so you know it's music and acting combined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the Temptations is the coldest musical I've ever seen in my life because it's not a
Absolutely.
musical, but it is though. You know what I mean? And that's like it exposed me to both of those art forms at the same time. I'm like, I just gotta do that. So like from there, I was just always just writing as I got older.
And how old were
Writing,
you
writing,
when you were
writing.
exposed to that? How old were you?
I was like 3.
So at 3 years old, you saw the
Yeah.
Temptations, and it inspired you. And at 3 years
Mhm.
old,
Yeah.
you couldn't even articulate probably fully, right? At
No,
3, but
no.
you knew that was it for you.
I knew because
Wow.
they said I used to, like my family say I used to slide across the floor like emulating all the characters
In
in the
Temptations.
movie, like emulating Michael Jackson and all of that. So it's like
Wow.
I don't have all of those memories, but they got them and they let me know. You know what I'm saying? So growing up through that and like continuing to listen to Pac after I was born and just writing, whatever I could writing songs. I recorded my first song when I was 7. You know what I mean?
No, see,
Yeah,
this is what this. Okay, this is
yeah,
what you all don't know. Wait, what was
yeah.
the name of the song?
Jail cell. Yeah.
You remember the lyrics?
Jail cell, jail cell. Don't want to be here. Jail cell, jail cell. I hate it here. Jail cell, jail cell. How to get out of here? Like that was it. But that was from listening to Pac. Obviously,
Right,
that's what Pac used to talk about. I ain't never been there. I'm
right.
7 years
You
old. I
7,
know
right?
nothing about jail, but it's like my favorite rapper is Pac, and I'm just okay. This what he be talking about. This how I'm supposed to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's why influences and role models are key in what we
Absolutely.
pouring into the community. Tying it full circle back to what you was talking about. You know what I mean? So that was my first song. And then I just kept writing. And then school, they start to teach you poetry when you get to English and literature class and all of that. So I'm doing poetry. And I start actually going to the studio when I'm 14. So I'm we was in high school. We literally set up during because we had this lunch period called AE where we just got to do like I don't want to say do whatever, but we had like a 3-hour block where it's like it's supposed to be study hall and you go to lunch and all that, but part of that we after we went to lunch, we set up the studio in the school, and we just used to record. So, you know what I'm saying, doing that, and then people seeing that I was taking it seriously. My barber, Derek Krigla, he put me on with an actual studio that he knew the producer. He used to hoot with him. He put me in tune with that, and I started going to an actual studio when I was still in high school. So that's where my mind was at, and that's where it started for me. And then, like, fast forward, I graduated high school, and I'm like, man, how do I elevate the music? Got an opportunity to act on a YouTube series.
What was the name of that series?
So that was called VOC, Victims of Circumstance.
Okay.
And then I got in there, like, rose the ranks up in there, and became one of the producers and as well as the actors for a show called Duality with me and my brother Dewan Austin Jr. And we was the leads of that. Ty Kodak, he was the writer. My brother Fresh, RIP, he died last year, but he was one of the producers of that as well. And we just built that up, and that's my start.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just real independent. Whatever I could do, because in Chicago we don't have like the New York story. We don't got the LA story. Like, somebody, you can't go downtown and it's all of these luxurious buildings of record labels, and it's a casting director there, it's a director that lives there. Like, we don't have that.
That's true.
Like, Chicago, you really got to get out the mud. So I had no clue what I was doing at all. It's like I just saw work and I went in that direction.
You was just hungry.
Yeah.
And that was it. And wherever you could eat, you was eating.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I knew what I wanted. At 14, I decided what I wanted to do.
That was it for you, huh?
Yeah.
So when school might have been pushing you to doctor, lawyer, the typical ones, you were like, nah, I already know.
No, I know.
This is it for me.
I know.
So let's talk about how, and what I said to you earlier is, and I say all the time on this show, is that I always have a set of questions, but the spirit always guides me. So I'm about to pivot. So here we are. It's the official pivot.
Let it go.
So let's talk about that, grinding, because it's a grind, right? Like you said, this is not a LA, not the New York experience. You got to grind, you got to hustle, you got to almost be in the right spot at the right time, or know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows, one of those things. And not to say that's not necessarily the case all over, but Chicago is a little bit more tougher to kind of break in the industry, or just to kind of get your name out there.
Yeah.
And so you knowing what you knew, and you understood that this is what you're calling, it made sense to your spirit. Even at a young age, it resonated with your spirit. That's how you know that's what you're supposed to be doing. Where were there times where you felt like, I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not getting any breakthroughs? I see myself here and I'm on my way, but I'm getting stalled out, because I'm pretty sure there was some times where there was like, ooh, God, how do I even approach this? How do I approach that? No. How do I get back up and dust myself off and keep going? You know what I mean? Yeah. Talk about that and that experience, because there's people out there that are looking at you and wanting to understand, how do we get to the next level? What did you do? And how did you deal with rejection when it came?
Okay. All right. I like your questions because they're very loaded. just follow me. Let's break it down.
Go.
Because I want to make sure I answer everything that you asked. Yeah.
I know it'd be heavy. It'd be heavy.
Yeah. So.
Yep. So here we go. So let's talk first about, and this is really just the Holy Spirit guiding me, because I'm just feeling like with every show is a testimony.
Right.
In every show, you're helping someone out there. When they replay this back, it's going to be exactly what they needed to hear.
Absolutely.
So there is vulnerability, and there's strength in vulnerability. So you and I, we just talking. Okay. Right. So when I answer these questions, just answer whatever the Holy Spirit tell you to answer.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Because you don't. Okay.
Because I
understand.
Because this is like I'm breaking it down. I'm flowing
Yeah.
because I'm pivoting from these questions on this screen, because you're dropping so many, you have loaded answers. So
Okay,
you
yeah,
dropping
you're right.
so
We the
many,
same.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean, jewels.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I gotta unpack all of that.
Yeah.
So now I'm about to unpack your answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's start with the rejection, the no part, because it is a grind. And
Yeah.
every time you knocking on these doors, that doesn't mean the door is open for you, right? And
Mhm.
so when you get, let's say there was a part that you really wanted, something that you really wanted,
Mhm.
and you didn't get it, and you thought you were going to get it, and you felt like in your spirit that should have been your part. What do you do when that happens? Because in this industry,
Mhm.
I understand you're going to get probably a lot more no's than yes, and you just got to pick yourself up and keep going.
Yes.
Talk to me about that no that kind of changed maybe the trajectory of your path, and how did you kind of pick yourself up and be like, all right, let me keep moving.
So as far as rejection, I can tell you that I still deal with that right now. That's nothing that never ever goes away. Like not when you chasing autonomy, not when you
That's good.
chasing anything involving the entertainment industry, because you're dealing with being at the will of other people, right? Until you
Absolutely.
create your own. If I go up in front of a project, I gotta see it. It's like at least 10, 15 people that gotta say yes to me. Like it don't matter if one person like me, they gotta vote. You know what I'm saying? It's so many. You gotta go through casting directors, you gotta go through producers, you gotta go through the director. And when you get to that final stage, you gotta go through the network. And the network is all about look.
They don't care about talent or skills,
No,
it's
no,
about the
no,
look.
no. Talent has to get you through the door.
Mm,
They know you have talent because you made it to their desk.
got it. Okay.
So at this point, we don't care about that. We know everybody that's here got that. We already put out the safeguards
Okay.
to make sure that everybody has talent. Now it's about, do you fit the picture that we trying to portray?
Gotcha.
Simple. So you could be the most talented actor and you're not going to get that role. The no for me that I live with to this day when it comes to acting,
Mm-hmm.
I had a series regular. I was up for a series regular for P Valley. I was going to be
Okay.
one of the main characters.
Oh
It
wow.
was between me and one other guy, the guy who ended up getting it. And I didn't get it. Congratulations to him. You know what I'm
How
saying?
did that make you feel?
It made me feel infuriated. Yeah, but only because like in this game, like you like to get even to that point of a rejection, I had to do 3 auditions.
Mm.
3 separate days. I had to block out this time, 3 separate days. And like when you like me, I'm a method actor. I literally am going through the process of becoming another person.
Is that what method acting is for people who don't know?
I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't have said that. That was the wrong thing to say. I'm literally going through the process of becoming a version of myself that I don't walk through every day.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what it really is.
Okay.
Because that's one of the things I don't like when people say that, oh, when you're acting, you're pretending or you're faking or this, that. Like, it's really not true. Like, and all of the real actors know, like, anybody you see me on screen as is me.
Got it.
It's just a controlled version
Of you.
of me putting myself in that environment.
Wow.
But you don't know that person because you don't never see me in that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot become a different person. In order to become a different person, I would have to shapeshift.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's not, I can't become you because you standing right here. I have to become myself in that moment. And with that scenario, with those questions being asked to me around that set of people. You know what I mean? So I had to do that for 3 different days, 3 different block out. And when I do an audition, because I'm a method actor, I literally block out my life. Whatever I gotta do, I gotta do this audition today. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find somebody to be my reader. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do this, and that. It's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes, and I'm locked in. Luckily, it don't take me long to remember lines. But
Well, that's good.
yeah, but still, you know what I'm saying? And so that was where my head was at when I got that rejection. Because like with P Valley too, it's filmed in Mississippi. It's a southern based story. And half of my family, like that's where my roots at. Like
Okay.
Mississippi, like Choctaw Indian, like that's where my people come from. Down south, Mississippi, my whole mother side. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I felt like I was going back home if I had got that role. And then like I had I had like that's really me though. So like I got the accent, I got all that, and it's like I didn't get it. But it's like I'm never mad at the actor who actually books, because he's in the same position as me.
Absolutely.
It's I'm not really, and when you calm down, when you come down from that emotional high that you on from being that character, you see that you really are not mad at anything. You're just disappointed at the fact that this wasn't the one for you, because as an actor, you understand that your role is going to come for you, but you're disappointed in the fact that, damn, it ain't this one again. Like, it ain't this one again. Like, why I keep getting sent stuff that's not the one for me, but it's to hone your skill.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. What do you, because you really submerge yourself in the role, right? You wouldn't, you literally, like you said, you block out your life.
Yeah.
Your what's considered norm for you.
Yeah.
And you completely submerge yourself in this role. And when you're backing out of this role, for Greyskull, for example, you submerge yourself. That street, that's what it is boom. How do you come out of that? How do you back up out of that and leave that submersion there, and so that energy doesn't follow you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just go home.
It's not. I can't stand you, KayEye. No, you didn't. No. I just go home. Wait, hold on. I'm so deep in this. I'm like, I'm in it. I'm part of this. You know what you do when you back out? I just go to the crib. Like what?
Yeah, I walk off set. That's all. Because it's like,
so you leave it on the set.
Yeah, because like I said, it ain't foreign to me. It's me. Greyskull is me. Okay. In that circumstance, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody had a gun pointed to my head, Greyskull is who you would see in real life.
In real life. Well, I feel like I'm so much more protected now because you didn't play in that movie. I'm just saying. I wish I would. I got backup.
Yeah, so no, you will take it care of.
So I mean, I think that's really dope. So let's now I'm gonna go ahead and pivot back to these questions, and I'm not gonna pivot back off. Is there any particular role that had changed you personally?
No. And I think I don't think that I think it's possible. Maybe I just haven't come across that yet. I think what it is though, it's not that a role will change me, but a role will meet me where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I evolve through life, a role will be there to meet me, and it'll help me grow. Right? But I haven't had a role that really altered who I am.
Is there any role that you would say, absolutely not, I'm not doing that? I draw the line.
Oh yeah. 100%.
What is it? So
my top 3 no's, like, I ain't really with the super freaky shit. Like, I'm not like, you know, and that's something that I gotta, you know, I know, you know, it has to be a meeting somewhere, not a compromise. Because if it's a compromise, that means I'm stepping into that other territory. It has to be a meeting somewhere where we understand. Like, a lot of like the soft porn thing, I don't like it.
That's not you.
I don't like it. It's not me. I don't a lot of times I just feel like it's not necessary. I understand why they do it, but for me, I would rather let the acting you know what I'm saying, be the dialogue, the body language, and I know that's all body language, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I don't know. I just, but it's like pedophilia, rape, homosexuality. Those are roles that are no's for me.
Right. I mean, and that's your space that you want to live in, right? And that's
Correct.
fair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, hey, listen, there's some things that's just I'm not compromising on, it's unacceptable, and that's what it is.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, the like rape, pedophilia, that speaks for itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I told you earlier, the way I dive into my character is I have to pull out a version of me. There's no version of me
For
that's a
that,
rapist
right.
or or a
Right.
pedophile. You
Right.
understand?
I like
So
that. That's true.
I can't do that. You know what I mean? Homosexuality, to each his own. I have no problem with what you choose to do sexually in your life, but there's no version of me
Mhm.
that does that. So I can't tap into that authentically.
I got that.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
To thyself be true.
Uh,
Period. So do you this is along the same lines. Do you ever feel pressure to fit in certain narratives as a black man on screen? And then how do you protect your identity while working in these spaces?
I don't. I don't feel pressure. I don't, because I've just chosen not to really put too much stock into what people feel like I should be. Um, how do I maintain my, what was that? How do
Your
I
identity.
my identity?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I like leading in the fact that the character is a version of me, I keep going back to that because that's really my grounding place in acting. Like it has to be that, because it's the answer to so many things. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I know this is me, I can't do anything outside of myself.
I got
I
that.
have to be authentically me. I don't have to, like, it's nothing I have to come back to, because I already lead with that as soon as I step on set. You know?
So what I'm hearing is that if there are certain roles that involve the absolutely no that you're not gonna,
Hmm.
you're not accepting those roles.
No,
Like you're not gonna go for the reading. You're just not like that's just where you're at.
no,
No.
yeah, correct.
I like your integrity.
Uh,
And the reason why I'm kind of reiterating this is because when people get into this industry, they feel like they have to compromise themselves or a part of themselves
mm-hmm.
to get
Yeah.
their next role. And then they, carry that with them as a form of, oh, well, this was just my job. I did this. This was my job.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm hearing from you is like, there's no excuses.
It's not.
There's no excuses. And I'm not compromising myself.
It's not, because every real actor knows that when you indulge yourself into that character, it's not no, I'm just working. Like, this is you. Like, you can't fake that. That's why everybody who watches it feels it on screen, because it's nothing you can fake. This is real, right? So if let's say a pedophilic scene, you know, I gotta keep talking about this, because it's at the top of my list of things that I want to do. On top of the fact that the Epstein files is going crazy right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For anybody paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Really peep what niggas is on outside. If I step into that role and I'm acting as that, what happens when a child is sitting next to me and that camera cuts on and I gotta touch that child's shoulder? I gotta start rubbing that child arm. That's not fake. And I don't care. You could tell yourself whatever you want in your mind, but you really doing that. That's really your hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, no, you can't say that it's just work, because that's your body. That's your vessel in that moment, in that time, performing those acts that's on that paper.
That's dope. When people meet you,
Yeah.
they see Greyskull. A lot of people.
Sometimes.
Right? They be like, "Wow!" Right?
Mhm.
They be on Michigan Avenue chasing Greyskull. No. Oh, why am I animated? I don't know. I just am. Okay. All right. I'm back.
Yeah.
What would you say surprises them when they think they're meeting Greyskull, but then they see KayEye? They're like, oh man, I would have never thought. What is that? I would have never thought moment.
Man, everybody be telling me like, man, you way calmer than I thought
You
would.
really are.
You would be
You
like,
really are.
like, man, I thought you was over. And like, I'm not angry all the time. Like, that's the character. Somebody recently told me like this week in the DM was like, man, I didn't even know you was on Power. Like, I enjoyed your performance. Like, you're completely different from that character. And I'm like, well, how you know that? I ain't never met you in real life. You know what I'm saying? And, oh well, yeah, I can just tell. I mean, come pull up, get to know me. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that's not the energy I choose to walk in every day. You know what I'm saying? But if push come to shove, I could become Greyskull. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just a shy moment right there. You talked about your spirituality. You talked about like getting mentally ready. I read somewhere that you were like fasting for your role as Greyskull. Tell me why you were fasting for your role and mentally preparing yourself. Why fast?
So for me, fasting is something that I've just been incorporating in my life since I was like 23. Yep, I was 23. I was 22 going on 23 when I did my first fast. And I was just spiritually called to do it. I felt like I needed I needed something that I couldn't explain. I couldn't tangibly touch, but I needed a change, and I knew that's where it was at. Like due to the studies that I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Black consciousness, health, and just, really understanding this life and decoding the illusion. And so that's what I tapped into. So at this point, fast forward, it's like it's become just, I know when my body is telling me too fast. It could be for a physical reason, spiritual, mental, emotional. For Greyskull, it was a physical reason, one, and it was also an emotional reason because I was acting. Physical, I felt like I wasn't showing up energetically. Like I was tired on set, you know what I'm saying, and all that. And I'm like, nah, I can't be. I have to put my best foot forward. Emotionally, anytime I fast, I'm able to manage and control my emotions way better. So like fasting and acting go hand in hand for me because I get that emotional control. And I can control the character better when I'm on set, when I'm on camera. So it's like I just knew I was getting off set and I was giving everything I had. And as soon as I would get home, it don't matter if it was 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm going to sleep because the food, what we putting in our body, it's just too much at times. So I had to go on a fast, and then I did for the whole duration of me filming season 3, I was on a keto diet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw on Instagram you had did a fast and you were like skinny.
Yeah.
I was like concerned, G. Oh, snap! All right,
funny. Yeah.
all right. I love you, brother. But we gonna talk. Okay, what's going down? Okay, so I'm I'm gonna say this. I
Yeah.
get the whole fasting thing, the
Yeah.
spiritual part of it, but bro, I'm gonna
Yeah.
need you not to get that skinny no more. Just
Nah,
do
but
me a. I'm just saying. I
yeah,
understand.
but it's nothing though. It's just that's what I'm saying.
I know.
It's in your mind.
I know.
Cause a week, I'll show you when we get off camera. I'm gonna show you what I looked like a month after that fast.
Okay.
You would think I was a bodybuilder. Cause that's how easy we can manipulate our body when we putting the right things into it. Yeah, I was skinny. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
what I was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause
You achieved it.
I did the
I
fast.
was
That's what's supposed
like.
to happen. Yeah. But
I was
we get
like.
that back. It's just like money. We get that right when you spend it, you get it right back.
Nobody needs to worry about injections or whatever you're doing on the diet, the injections that they're using. What they call? What is
Yeah,
that
no,
called?
no Ozempic.
There you go.
No, none of
None of
that.
that. Just follow his fast because when you see them doggone pictures, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, bruh.
Yeah, get your
But
lazy ass in that gym.
well,
Get
that's
in
a
that
whole nother
gym.
story because the way everybody make these resolutions and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and get in the gym,
Yeah.
and then we don't get in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just need motivation.
No, for sure. Everybody's not lazy.
That picture gave me a lot of
Everybody's not
motivation,
lazy.
though.
Yeah, it's
All
just
right.
life be getting to us sometimes.
Life
And
be
you
lifing.
just don't got the time to get into the gym. I understand. But that's when that diet could come into play. And you put that diet in effect,
That's
them
true.
pounds gonna drop off
And it dropped off with you.
without you even being in the gym.
I was like, okay, now.
Because I didn't work out that whole time. I
And
did.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, it was 90. I would have died.
Period.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to, trust
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the sister was a little concerned. But okay,
Yeah,
I understand the mindset.
Yeah,
So
I'm alive.
yes, you are. Praise the Lord. All right. So let's talk about I'm unpacking your answers, okay? And so on your journey in this whole industry, I want to flip from that because we're talking about the acting and that's great, but you also model.
I do.
Tell me about how you got into that because we're doing, and here's the deal. Like, I love you because you're so versatile. You go to like Tupac, like all eyes on, and then you like, if I can beat Greyskull, watch out, because I'm like, damn, bro. Okay. And then you like, I fasted in 40 days and 40 nights. You know? And then you turn around and be like, nah, I'm about to walk this runway. Like, I think it's so dope, but it's just like, okay, the levels of creativity never cease to amaze me when I was doing my research on you. So let's flip it and talk about modeling. Like, how did that come to your doorstep? And then how did you kind of like, so when someone asked you to model, were you like, man, I don't know about that? Were you like, oh, that's dope, I'm here for that?
No, I was completely against it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Because, like, let's start by, like, modeling runs in my family, right? So my mother, my father, and my sister were all models. I was the one that was like, I rap. I'm cool. I rap. I'm good. So, my sister, she always used, I was still in high school and she always used to like, come on, once you model, I graduated high school. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I just want to, like, the way that I want to make it is the music. Like, I'm good. And then I even had a homie, he started his photography business, which is successful right now, Pogi Studios.
What's the name of it?
Pogi Studios.
Shout it out, okay.
Yeah, so he's always, he picked up a camera when we were like 15. The same time I started going to the studio, he picked up the camera and he really became that, like, crazy. Like, he works with Ford models. He's gotten into film now and everything.
Any
like, it's a
previous training? You just kind of like gravitated to it?
No, he just picked it up, and that's the type of person he is.
Is that what you did too? Do you have any formal training in acting? Or
I don't.
So you just kind of picked it up. It was natural for you.
Yeah, just studying, just like looking, like watching TV, watching movies, and like, picking it apart and doing that. I am going to take acting classes one day. I just that shit expensive.
That's amazing that you have
Yeah,
gotten as far as you've gotten and you have not taken acting. I mean, people get whole degrees.
yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, that is so dope. I'm
yeah.
like consistently impressed with you. Like,
Thank you,
word?
thank you. Nah,
No
yeah,
classes, you studied, you
hmm,
committed to it on the
yeah,
screen. So when you learned all the different, like, because obviously when you're on set,
hmm,
they tell you to move a certain way, and there's certain language I'm assuming on
yeah,
set.
hmm,
You kind of just learn that as you continue to book jobs. Is that what I'm
yeah. So
understanding?
like set etiquette, yeah, that's what I learned when I started actually getting in the field. But like prior to that, I would just see people on TV and like learn all of their lines for that episode or that movie and just like recite them. And like that's how I learned to act. Uh,
What in the yo?
yeah,
Like, I don't even know what to.
it's the same thing with like that's just how I approach things. I guess the same thing I told you with music. Like I listen to Pac, I listen to Wayne, I listen to Ye. I learned that's how I learned how to rap. You didn't need a class to learn how to rap. You know, modeling, I watched and I emulated. Like I can just see things and scan it and do it.
Oh
You know?
wow!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so dope. Okay, so let's go back to the modeling because I had to pivot.
Hmm.
So you were like, "Nah, I want to do that." You know, I know you come from generations of models, and you're like, "I'm good. I'm just gonna rap."
Yeah.
But then you end up modeling. So
I do. And I fought it every step of the way. But it got to the point where I just couldn't avoid it anymore. Because it's like I said, like I it was cool for me because it's like, okay, I get pictures like for my artistry as a rapper. Like you need those photo shoots. And like I said, my sister used to always try to encourage me to go down that path, but I'm like, I'm cool. Um, so um I guess I started taking it seriously around like 2020. And I really started taking on jobs for like modeling for brands, like clothing brands and things like that. And it
how did
just
they
built
find
up.
you?
People that I know play like I got somebody that can model for your
That's
brand.
kind of how that happened.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
you didn't have like an agent, like you mentioned Ford models and Elite and all of that. You're not a part of any of those kind of modeling agency.
No, no.
Okay.
All the modeling I do is independent and from relationships. Like people that I know with clothing brands. Shout out Gravy, shout out Edos Christian. Shout out, man, I gotta get the we gonna do it again. Matter of fact, tell them come in.
What's the
Tell them
name of
come
your
in, man.
brand? Come here, Kanye.
Shout out K Seville.
K
Shout out
Seville.
K Seville. Pardon the body.
Come here
I
real quick.
just met bro and I just found out about his
Bring it.
yeah. Look at him.
Go
Look
ahead.
at it. K
Say it. Shout out.
Seville. That's it right there. Shout out K Seville.
Hey, I
Yeah.
just dropped these blue hoodies. I got some yellow ones on the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all go shop. Yeah, Caseville. Go follow. Go shop. I got some more. They sell now quick too.
Step in here too. So they
Step
because
in there
that's
so they can
it's
see it.
blocking.
For sure.
K Seville right here.
Yes, sir.
So K Seville is a young entrepreneur. He's 19 years old. He is from Chicago, and this is his clothing line. And he literally, I brought him online. I brought him here because he loves KI. And when I told him that KI was here, he definitely wanted to be a part of it. But more importantly, I wanted to make sure that you had some time because here on the VANNguard Show, we support our youth, young entrepreneurs like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been knowing you since you were shorty.
Yeah, for sure.
And every single time I'm around you, you've always been positive, you've always been respectful, you've been like almost a pseudo mentor to my son, and in a lot of ways you have inspired me. And so it's one thing for us to say that we support each other. It's one thing to say that we're going to coach and mentor each other. We're going to open up doors for each other. And it's another thing to do it. So I wanted to leverage my, podcast and my platform to give you exposure, you know, because I understand, yes, you were here because KayEye was here, and yes, you are a fan of KayEye. Yes, you played basketball and you listen to his music and all of that stuff. That's great. But also just to take a moment to give you some recognition too, right? And so, you know, Keontae has not been in trouble. Keontae is just a laid back kid from the Shy and with dreams and inspirations similar to KayEye, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, really quickly, I just want you to maybe give out your contact information, maybe the website if they want to purchase,
For sure.
and then you know how you can be reached outside of you know your social media handles. If you have in another way for them to be reached, a website or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Y'all, I got my own website. It's kseville.com. Y'all can follow me on IG and TikTok at kseville, KAESAVELL. That's where I'm at. For sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Keontae.
For sure.
Make sure you go and support this young man. Support him, support him, support him. We have to support each other because that's what it takes. And guess what? This is our future right here. And he's doing something positive. So we need to, in turn, support him. Thank you so much.
For sure.
And thank you for my flowers.
Yeah, no problem.
He gave me flowers, y'all. Y'all didn't see that, but I got my flowers.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll see you later.
Yep.
All right. So you gonna hang around after the show, take some pictures?
Yep,
All right. All right. So now we're gonna usher back in KayEye. So KayEye,
Yes,
we
yes.
about to wrap up and you know, of course I could have you on all day because the conversations we have is quite interesting.
Yeah, we could talk. I feel like honestly, I really like your quote. You one of my favorite interviews for sure. Like just because of the depth you attack for with you know how you ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So definitely, you know, anytime.
So you gonna come back is what I'm hearing?
Fetty, she like y'all. She another one. Like I don't just say that often. You know what I'm saying? But y'all, the way y'all ask questions causes me like you're the reason why I'm long-winded about my answers. Like, it's not just this is not just something that I choose to do. It's because of how you asking the questions.
I appreciate that. And that's mad love and respect. And I'm honored. Because like I told you that prior to this, what I always do just for you all out there, I always try to meet with the guest, have a phone call, just, you know, kind of touch base. And we touched base, but I also gave him fair warning that I will pivot when the Holy Spirit guides me.
Yeah.
And this is what it's been, is a pivot.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you being so honest for me to be able to have these conversations with you. So I could only grab what you allow me to grab.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so thank you for allowing me to fish.
Mhm.
And thank you for allowing me to catch big fish.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I really, really want you back on this show
Mhm.
because there's so much more that I feel like we need to unpack.
For sure.
But I'm going to get back to the real juicy questions because here's the deal. For all the ladies out there, okay, I got my phone was blowing up when they saw KayEye was coming on the VANNguard Show.
Yeah.
And the number one question they asked, it wasn't deep. It wasn't like, oh, that's really dope.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was like, girl, later for all of those deep questions. Is that man single or no?
Yeah, let's get straight
So
to
now
it.
let's
Yeah,
just get straight
okay.
to for y'all,
Yeah.
because I know y'all probably been waiting to hear this. And I know when you do a replay, you probably gonna fast forward this whole podcast and miss all the jewels KayEye dropped. And you just gonna hit this point. So as we begin to wrap up the show,
Yeah.
are you single?
Yes, I am. I am single.
Lord. Okay, let me tell y'all, just because he said yes, please do not be calling me like, what's his number? Because I ain't doing it, okay?
Oh man.
Listen, you probably gonna gain a whole bunch of other, you know, fans that all of a sudden is gonna be watching Power and everything else now that they know you single.
Hey, if that's what it do it, hey, y'all pull up Stars, Hulu. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at.
Period. So I got a couple follow-up questions and relationship questions. Tell me, what does a healthy relationship look like to you in this industry?
Man, if you know, tell me. Honestly, for real, I'm open to all advice and insight. For me, you know, this industry is so much and just this grind. Really, when you're trying to achieve anything, it takes so much of you and so much of yourself as like, and that's why part of the reason why I'm currently single is because when I'm in a relationship, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm giving it my all, but you can't give everything your all at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like I think a healthy relationship within the industry, it has to be that balance of somebody who understands and also has something that's going on too.
Got it. And that makes
All right.
sense.
So y'all can understand each other in that regard. You have to find somebody who's like you have to attract somebody, all right? Because you only attract people who own what you own.
Facts.
So, and that's not to say somebody like I have to be with an actress or a rapstress or you know what I'm saying or another model or anything like that. But you just have to be dedicated on the same way that I am. Cause then we can do our dedications and then we understand that when we come back to each other, that's a safe space. You know what I'm saying? That's a place to get away from all that we do every day. I feel like that's what a healthy relationship within the industry looks like. Um these days it's hard to find a healthy relationship outside of the industry. Like
True.
everybody all over the place. I feel like people just you know, we in a day and time where people need to find themselves first instead of trying to
Absolutely agree.
find themselves through everybody else. You
Absolutely
know,
agree.
and that's the start.
How do
You
you
know?
deal with the loyalty and trust part? Because sometimes, and I know
Yeah.
you get this, people
Hmm.
are attracted to everything that you portray,
Yeah.
right? But then when you layer it down, it's like, okay, are you really attracted to who I am? Are
Hmm.
you taking time to get to know me? And are your loyalties and your trust and all of those things, are you willing to build that with me? Or are you trying to build it with one of the characters or
Hmm.
what you think I might bring because of what I do?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? How do you kind of like decipher between the two when women are approaching you or you might be
Yeah.
interested in a woman? Like, how do you able to navigate that?
So that's the lost art that we call vetting. You
Wait,
know what I'm saying?
the
that
lost art we call vetting.
yeah,
Hashtag. Okay, go ahead.
we don't do that no more. Everybody just like thirsty to hop into something. Like you really gotta like pay attention to somebody. Luckily, I've had enough experience to where I know the things that I like and don't like. I know what traits of loyalty look like because I have that in my life through you can identify traits through family, through friendship. It don't always have to be romance and a significant other. You know what I'm saying? You identify those traits and you use that to help you find a significant other, right? So I know the traits of loyalty. I know the traits of trust. So it's easy for me to weed those things out,
Got it.
you know?
Mm-hmm. So listen, ladies, he vetting. That's at the end of the day, he's gonna vet you, okay? As he should, right?
Yeah.
And for the ladies out there, you vet the men too. You know what I mean? Because you both should be whole person, and when you come together, you should all be able to celebrate and build off of each other. But if you have and he have, that ain't gonna work. You got to be a whole person. That's what he's saying.
You
So
gotta be.
you got to be a whole person. So as
Gotta
we
be.
begin,
And
so
and be a whole person for yourself, not for me.
absolutely know thyself, and to thyself be true. All right. So y'all hear that? Okay, ladies. So I've answered your questions. My job is done. All right. Now it's up to you all out there. All right. So as we begin to wrap up, I want you to tell me one piece of advice you would give young Black creatives coming out of Chicago.
Focus. focus. It's the most important thing, because when you leave out of your home, the opposition is outside. The ops is outside. And I ain't just talking about people. I ain't talking about beef. I'm talking about the real energy of things that are trying to detour you from everything you want in life. As soon as you step out that door, you at war. You have to focus. You have to find your center. You have to find what it is that's going to take you to where you want to go. And you got to follow that by any means, because everything around you is going to try to distract you, try to detour you, and take you away from what it is you said you was going to do. A practice that I like to use is, when I'm everybody big on manifesting and all of that, and like just, be quiet, you know what I'm saying, about what your plans are. As long as they internal, they protected. As soon as you speak it out, if I speak what I'm gonna do tomorrow to you, you're not the only person that's gonna hear that.
Absolutely.
It's out to the world now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when it's out to the world, the opposition is on you. You know what I'm saying? So protect your goals and focus on them. That's the advice I got. And lay that down. Like, don't be letting somebody hit your line. You wanna, hey, we outside this weekend. You go outside this weekend if you finish what you were supposed to do this weekend ahead of time. But if not, then you got work to do. Cause it's a weekend every 7 days. It's gonna be there. But the longer you wait and the longer you procrastinate on your dreams and your goals, they pass you by. So don't live for the weekend, live for yourself.
That's facts. I like that. So as we close, you want to tell them and everybody out there how to get in contact with you, maybe some of
Yeah.
the projects that you got coming up that you want them to support.
Yeah. So get in contact with me. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, KayEye3RD at KayEye3RD. YouTube, just KayEye. Projects. I have another movie entitled The Blue Lounge coming out this year. I have a movie entitled Moses the Black, executive produced by 50 Cent, starring Omar Epps, Wiz Khalifa, and Quavo. That just finished its theater run, so now we're in the process. We're about to be on streaming. We're about to release the movie on streaming. So y'all could tap into that, even though you missed the theater, whoever missed the theater release. And I'm working on this next project, currently, this next music project, and I also have a movie trilogy and another series that's in the works. I ain't gonna say the name of that because
we just had a conversation about that.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Outside of that, I also cannot.
Oh, got it. Enough said.
Yeah. But everything I just named is already stuff that's in the works. I've already done it. I'm not gonna tell you something that I'm planning on because the opposition outside.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, look, I enjoyed you.
I enjoyed you too.
And
Thank you.
So humbly thank you for coming on the VANNguard Show.
Absolutely.
I want you to come back in between you doing all these movies and everything else. You know what I mean? Whenever you touch down in the Chi, call me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to come on, call me.
Okay.
We can do the interview over the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just want to touch base with you, make sure you good.
I'm
gonna keep you lifted in my prayers.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna be more concerned if I see you skinny like that and that fast. And B, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. But Thank you so much, you all. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Thank you, Intellectual Radios. Listen, KayEye, thank you again.
Thank you.
Come back.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna take some pictures.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah, we're gonna take them pictures.
Anything else before we go ahead and
No, I'm cool.
all right, well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace. See you next time on the VANNguard Show.